Did you know samurais were military nobility in Japan from the 12th century until 1876? They lived a life of privileges like being able to use two swords, one being the typical long one and the other one being shorter that was useful in close combats. This practice was called daisho, and it was highly prohibited to the non-warrior class, being punishable by death. Okay? Another quote-unquote privilege was kiri sutegomen, which was the right to get rid of anyone of a lower class. Wow, that doesn't sound very honorable. No, it does not. Something that was really cool about them though were the Bushido codes, which were the indifference to pain and an unbreakable loyalty until modern armies emerged, making samurais more expensive and also obsolete compared to modern military warfare. Although their memory remains very prominent in Japanese popular culture, and I would say pretty much around the world. Except for the part where they got rid of lower class people. Other than that, pretty cool. Did you know Buddhism and Zen became influential in samurai culture? Using Zen's meditation to calm the mind, while the concept of reincarnation and rebirth of Buddhism made samurais abandon torture and needless killings. And some just took this all the way and became straight up monks. Talk about commitment. But did they get married, you may ask? And the answer is yes. They had arranged marriages between families of same or higher rank, while lower class samurais were permitted to marry commoners. Women of the samurai class were also trained in combat, with naginata, which was a pole with a blade thingy, and kaiken, which was a special knife for the protection of the household, while the husband warrior was away. Now that's pretty badass. Tyrannosaurus rex, or more commonly known as T-Rex, was a large carnivore dinosaur belonging to the theropods that lived between 90 to 66 million years ago until the Cretaceous Paleogene extinction event that wiped 76% of all species on the planet, including all non-avian dinosaurs, which the T-Rex was part of. Belonging to the family Tyrannosaurids, being one of 13 according to some experts, with all fossils being found between North America and Asia. T-Rex, like other Tyrannosaurus, was bipedal, with a massive head with the strongest bite force of any terrestrial animal. They also had really small, almost cartoonish arms that were probably used for display. Because, come on, just look at them. So tiny. Their body's length could grow up to 40 feet or more and up to 13 feet tall to the hips, with a whopping 8.87 metric tons. Needing big and very powerful legs to move all that body, which they had, although because of its weight, they were apparently not very fast, with new studies showing a 3 miles per hour walking pace or 17 miles per hour running speed, meaning most humans would have been able to outrun them. They are known in detail perhaps more than most dinosaurs because of the amount of fossils found, with some specimens almost complete. Did you know they were also called Dynamosaurus? Which makes me glad they went with Tyrannosaurus. It just sounds and fits so much better. That's great PR right there. A mistake Jurassic Park made famous was implying that they had bad vision and that you could just stay still and they wouldn't be able to see you. But it is known now that they had one of the best eyesights ever, way better than humans or hawks. With a 55 degrees binocular vision, that's 13 times of a human. So, I guess my take in this topic is to remember not to believe everything you see in movies. I don't think that's the point of this topic. It might be. Did you know a refrigerator, or otherwise known as a fridge, uses a heat pump to transfer heat from inside out, keeping its inside cooler than the environment around, with each compartment being thermally insulated? The process of refrigeration is essential to be able to store food safely, lowering the reproduction of bacteria by the low temperatures, reducing the rate of spoilage. Their average temperature is between 37 to 41 degrees Fahrenheit, which is enough not to freeze the food. To do so, there are other devices such as the freezer, which temperatures are recommended to be at 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Did you know artificial refrigeration began in 1755 Scotland with Professor William Cullen? No? Well, he used a pump creating a partial vacuum over a container of diethyl ether, which absorbed heat from the surrounding air by boiling. In 1894, the first electric compressor by Hungarian inventor István Rock started to be manufactured, but it took around 40 years for refrigerators to be used by the public at home, because they used to be pretty much unsafe using gases such as ammonia or sulfur dioxide that, if leaked, could be very harmful. The first fridge that was used a lot was the monitor top, introduced in 1927, with over 1 million units sold. It worked better by placing the compressor on top and enclosing it with a ring. But they still used toxic gases until the introduction of Freon in the 1920s, which was a much safer alternative with a big downside: damaging the ozone layer, making it a concern when all refrigerators are being thrown away nowadays. But don't worry, modern ones use a refrigerant called tetrafluoroethane that is not harmful to the ozone layer, and which NED approves. And that's it for today, so don't forget to share and like this video, and see you in the next one. Bye bye!